All right, y'all. Welcome again to Everybody Needs an Aquarius. Dom is adjusting her situation with her. Hopefully, her light won't go off this time,
Listen,
y'all.
it won't. It's fully charged. It won't. It won't. I was just like trying to see. Okay, yeah, that's much better. Okay,
Hey, I
cool.
want to give a shout to you. A couple of listeners was hitting up with comments like, "I didn't even know Dom was into the cartoons like that." With the king when we saw about the King of the Hill,
Yeah,
I didn't know the
yeah.
Beavis and Butthead thing. Like they was like, "What?" Like the two people who text me like, "Dang, I didn't even know. I didn't even know about that."
Yeah, King of the Hill is a spinoff, sort of.
Yeah,
King
that's
of the Hill
dope.
of Beavis and Butthead. So, y'all welcome. Y'all welcome. Sorry, y'all.
let's
My mic had fell off the stand. So, we
let's
back.
dive in. People are mad at
Wait,
Beyonce now. Go
super
ahead.
quick, super quick.
Yep.
Facebook just alerted me, Daryl. You and I have been friends for 17 years.
Shut up. For real?
Yeah. I want to show y'all the photo that it
Oh no! Hold on. Hey, send it to me on stream. I'm gonna put it in the thing.
well, I had made it. Well, I didn't make it the post, but it's a picture of me and you from 17 years ago.
Hey,
It's mainly you,
y'all
not
should know
me.
back then we was branding hard. That's a free time hat.
Yes. So I want to say happy anniversary to our
Yes,
friendship.
17 years. Damn.
We've come a long way. We now have an amazingly funny podcast together. So shout out to us.
Man, that is 17. Damn, man, we getting old, yo.
Hey,
Damn.
baby, I'm aging like fine wine.
No, that's real. Hey, no. We just aging. We not getting old. That's right.
Yes.
Uh, all right. People are mad at your girl Beyonce now. She did put out a video, I guess, promoting her hair care line.
Yes.
And now people are mad because they thought she didn't. I don't explain to me. I don't understand what people are upset about for real.
I think people like to just be mad to be mad. Just like the
Okay.
person today in our group that said Big Sean was ass or nobody's listening to Big Sean. This is a Big Sean Stan account, and people hate Beyonce just to hate Beyonce, okay? Let's make it clear. Real clear here. And ultimately, y'all, someone kind of bullied this woman into having to show her hair, but I thought we all knew that Beyonce had a head full of hair because that's how she was even growing up in Destiny's Child. And I think people think that, or people expect certain things to be linear because of their experiences when it's not. So I, as a Black woman, who has had blonde hair for going on 10 years now, consistently. I took a year off last year when I just was the black hair. When you have people that care for your hair, that care for your well-being, like a hair colorist, stylist, should everybody can't color your hair. Everybody should not be styling your hair. And that is really true. There's a difference between a stylist and a colorist. You know, some people might just know how to do your hair, but they might not know the ins and outs of color. There is chemistry behind that. There's chemistry in taking care of your hair. You also have to treat your hair a certain way around that. Yeah, we know she wear wigs. Yes, she wear weaves. But there's also a layer to her protecting her hair, keeping her actual hair moisturized. Like, people just want to be mad. Now it was this girl on Twitter that was mad. That's like, Beyonce doesn't have 4C hair. She is, accentuating the European standards of beauty, straightening her hair and coloring her hair. Meanwhile, bitch, your hair is burnt and straightened in your profile picture. So what are you even talking about?
In your profile picture.
So I need some math to math. It's not making sense. So, and she is showing us using the product. She told us about this product probably a year prior to it dropping, if I'm not mistaken. But that's neither here nor there. People just always want to bitch and moan. And it's always going to be something. People are not going to be like Beyonce just because she exists. Let this be a lesson to all of y'all in the streets. Do whatever the fuck you want to do because people always going to have something to say, okay?
That part right there. Y'all get off Beyonce, man. Like, I mean, dang. Just let her do her, man. Even though, she is a cash cow. Now, don't get it twisted. That cash machine never stops going over on in the Carter household. So Hey, it is what it is.
It don't.
I want to give a big. Drake is starting. He's always pisses me off, but I'm trying to put this. That freestyle that he is called something freestyle or whatever. The Drake diss to Kendrick, where he's using Snoop and Tupac voices via AI to diss Kendrick, and the show would try to basically do and he did Rabbit from Eminem's voice from 8 Mile too, where basically he was trying to stop Kendrick from dissing him, and you trying to use all the things that Kendrick will say about him to diss him ahead of time. He's trying to get ahead of it. You know, like, okay, Kendrick's trying to come. I'm gonna try to rabbit him like he did in 8 Mile. Where remember he did all the disses that Papa Doc could say to him, and then it just disarmed him. That's what Drake is trying to do. That's cool, but I didn't like him using another person's voice AI with his rap lyrics over it.
Okay,
to get his point across.
Okay, so was that even real? Because
he did that.
Snoop Dogg said that was cap, but then I heard that they said Snoop Dogg cleared that.
Yeah, so because it's his voice. He didn't. It's Drake basically did the rap, but had the AI do his voice do those voices as the rap.
So how did Snoop Dogg clear it?
Because it's my voice.
But then he said it was cap.
Oh, but I don't know if he cleared it, but I'm saying it's his voice, and he didn't know he didn't go in and rap that.
Okay, so no, wait. Okay, so cool AI or whatever, but then I was hearing things that people were saying that Snoop Dogg had cleared that, like okayed that for that. I didn't hear a video where it was like he was like, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
And people was like, that. And you didn't clear that also with the Shakur family. Mo Preem, Tupac's brother, has come out. Let me just give his correct statement. He says, hold on, did I click the right thing? Okay, yeah. On TMZ, Mo Preem thinks it's inappropriate for Drake to use his siblings' likeness disrespect another rapper. He reportedly feels that Drizzy should have gone one-on-one with K-Dot rather than bring out what he referred to as a nuclear option. Well aware of the Compton MC's place in West Coast rap, he saw the computer-generated use of Pac's voice in said context to be uncalled for. Finally, Mo Preem told the outlet that he still can't decide who the winner of the hip-hop battle royale is quite yet because it's still soon to land on a conclusion.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It makes sense. I'm going to say this has gotten boring really, really fast and kind of out of control.
And what's the funny thing? What did we say about Kendrick a few weeks ago? That he don't even know none of this stuff is going on and not even going to respond or do anything. He just left the check.
He might have an assistant that played it and was like,
yeah.
Hey, this
but I'm saying like he's not in all these Rick Ross beats. Like, he ain't in all that. Like,
yeah.
He dropped his verse and kept it moving. Like, yeah. It just is like, all right, that is. And now Drake is like overplaying it. I feel like now at first I was like, okay, cool. This Kendrick's got to come back, but he keeps on doing stuff like to this.
He's been an erratic Scorpio.
Ooh. Okay.
Scorpios be a little erratic with their behavior sometimes, and I can only speak from my experience with the Scorpios that I know. It's not, y'all not a monolith per se. But yeah, anyway. But I want to jump ahead because I don't know if you have anything else to say about this.
No. I mean, I already know where you're going because I was gonna tee it up for you. Go ahead. I already know where you're going. Go ahead.
You know what's more entertaining than all of this? Chris Brown versus Quavo. And I don't know what sparked the controversy again for him to say something about Quavo on his deluxe edition of 1111 with Joyner Lucas. It's a song called Freak. And shout out to him for using it's a Nelly sample. And I think it's Air Force Ones. Yes, it is. It's Air Force Ones because I remember the big boy. So he says something about along the lines of he's sipping that 1942 because he don't do no Cuervo. She don't, something about Casamigos. She don't fuck with the Migos or whatever. So this reignited their beef, and we know they kind of was beefing before about. I'm gonna say it's Karrueche. Let's call a spade and say it starts there. Some people say it's the basketball court, but I'm gonna say it starts with Karrueche because don't forget he was crazy in love with Karrueche, though he dogged her out a lot. Make the math that makes sense. Because you remember he went off on him and Tyson Beckford was about to fight.
What?
Nigga.
Hold on, let me get the mic.
Tyson Beckford and Chris Brown had beef briefly because Tyson Beckford, it wasn't even like he went out with Karrueche. He took a picture with her or something.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm looking at Dame. This is back to this is a while back.
Yeah.
He apologized to him.
Yeah. So ultimately, that was the whole thing. And then I'm guessing gauntlets were thrown, which led to, and they were beefing one time because I remember they all, like the Migos, they was all kind of calling Chris a crackhead or whatever, rightfully so. You know, he has dabbled in the powder, but ultimately they kind of squashed it. They have played basketball for some charity events or whatever.
Yeah, and also the it was a couple of charity events, right? Because Quavo can hoop too. Quavo can hoop.
Yeah, a couple of them, and then even sat side by side at some fashion shows. Though Chris said that he didn't want to do that shit. According to this, Chris Brown is the most creative jack of all trades when it comes to that artistic entertainment world that exists. Chris Brown can sing, he can dance, he can rap, he can act, he can draw and paint and all these different things. Yeah. And I think a lot of people, they might not know, but initially Chris Brown wanted to be a rapper out the gate.
Right. Yeah. I've heard that. And
so ultimately the label was like, nah, you're more marketable as a singer. That happens a lot of times. And people, I don't know if people know Chris Brown, mixtape Chris Brown. Mixtape Chris Brown is a different beast. So during that downtime, kind of after the whole Rihanna debacle, he had these mixtapes. And ultimately, it starts with In My Zone. Like there's In My Zone 1 and there's In My Zone 2. In My Zone has Deuces on it, which was produced by Kevin McCall, which he ultimately will drop as a single. And it will also be on Fame. That era of Chris Brown, because even as he was releasing like official projects, he was still in his mixtape bag.
Okay.
And it was just very going hard. I mean, he could go toe to toe with a lot of the people today. Like he was on the Cypher on the BET Hip Hop Awards, and got a lot of credit and notoriety for that as well. But that's hungry Chris Brown. That's a different animal. That's a different beast. And the way he came at that nigga, and we know the Migos are fun rap. The main rapper, unfortunately, who had the lyricism, RIP to Takeoff. But everybody else, if they said they did some of those things, I don't necessarily believe them. They're not shooting up the club. No. You're not beating down my
okay. Do we believe Chris Brown is a blood for real? I mean, okay, maybe he is.
Okay.
Is
Chris Brown?
How? I never. That's the.
Okay, so I think what happened
because I didn't know they had graduate chapters for Bloods. I didn't know that you could like become a grad chapter of Blood. That's how it feels like to me. Like
you're right. But okay, so I think part of that too. Okay, so think about it when you got to do a check-in into a city, right? You gotta. Yep. So I think that has something to do with it. And maybe at that time when he did this, it gave him a sense of belonging because he probably felt isolated from a lot of people that he kind of grew up with. and alone. So maybe they became his family. That's how I'm going to take it. Again,
But like, I mean, to all my brothers that are Bloods out there and Crips, because I don't really see Crips do post Crip graduate chapters. I think they're like the Kappas. They don't have honorary Crips. As far as I know, Crips, let me know if y'all do.
They don't have honorary Kappas.
No, Kappas don't have honorary people.
That's the only chapter. I mean, that's the only fraternity.
Only fraternity, I believe, that does that. Yeah, they're the only one of the Divine Nine that doesn't. But all the Bloods, I just want to know, like, if y'all do have a graduate chapter or honorary Bloods, can y'all list them so we'll know like who's like really false? Like, we just need one database that the Bloods could just put into there and be like, hey man, we let in Dom now is a Blood. Like, just letting y'all know.
Gang.
Like, it's all, I just want to know, because a lot of people just showing up as Bloods at 40 years old. I just want to know, like, how the protocol. That's just a personal thing.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's a little strange to me, but I figured it was some part of some sort of like protection thing. Like, I feel like a lot of actors, low key, and athletes are affiliated with, they have gang ties or things like that because it keeps them safe. Maybe in the off season, maybe they film a project somewhere, or some just being able to move about a little freely, where things don't happen. But then I was like, Chris, your house still be getting broken into. So what be happening? They still be robbing and stealing stuff from you. So I don't get it.
Where's the blood protection for the house stuff? Don't know? Like, it's on gang, right? Like, let's make sure
of the lamb. Not the blood of the niggas.
But no, let's go into this diss track. So I wake up in the morning, and I'm first of all,
I was wandering off.
Yeah, and I was like, diss track, Chris Brown, Quavo. I was like, okay, and I was like, and you know what's the side note? Just a side addendum. Hey man, we gotta this AI stuff's gotta stop. Where I gotta go find out for real if this is like a real diss, like if this is an official thing, because y'all niggas mess with AI too much. But then I'm like, Chris, I was like, okay. I thought it was like, okay. I mean, I know he got a little rhyme in him and everything, because on Deuces he rhymes on there. And I was like, okay, let me see. This gonna probably be lame. I click it on. I go, well, I'll be damned. This motherfucker go hard.
Like, okay, so can we? Okay, the crazy part is, it's like he come in he come out just knocking shit over.
The ad libs were killing me,
nigga. And the only thing, okay, before we get into like inserting Saweetie, Karuchi, or whatever, the only part that kind of I really clenched my pearls was when he said, RP to take off. And then he said, when he said the thing that he,
everybody wish you died instead of
him. And I was like, oh.
But we let Pusha T, keep in mind, we let Pusha T talk about
I know
Drake's homeboy dying of I forgot what it was.
I don't even think 40 even died though.
No, but he was like, I hope so. What these? Hold on, I just like to revisit the Pusha T lyric.
40, but 40 didn't die, and I was like,
so you saying that's a little bit too bridge too far? That was by Chris, though. Is that what you're saying?
I was just like, okay, wait, because it's so. I know Pusha said what he said, but knowing how many people, and it's just too fresh. Yeah, and yeah, 40 was sick and all these different things. So yes, it is the same, but I'm like, you just nigga low key, you just put like a death threat on this nigga head.
So hold on, I just want to revisit our favorite rapper, Pusha T. He said, still giving you classes only that dates me. OVO 40, hunched over like 80. Tick, tick, tick. How much time he got? That man is 666.
What a time to be alive. What a time.
Hey, Pusha T was disrespectful, man.
He is, and I
and it was so disgusting saying it wasn't like that's why I'm saying, and even going back to this Chris Brown track, that's what makes a good dish when you feel like this person is disgusted by another person when they rhyming. That's when you really believe it. Like, oh, like Chris Brown really doesn't like Quavo,
right? And I'm like, okay, what does this really have to do with? Is it? I feel like we can't find the root of this beef. Like we kind of see where it starts, but we know it starts with some pussy because you ain't okay. Chris you ain't okay. Okay. Wait, I'm sorry. Do we need to fuck Karuchi because you're tripping. You have not been in a relationship with this young lady in over 6 years. And I feel like it's about 6 years. And maybe y'all was still messing around on the low back and forth for a second before y'all officially called it quits. But you know who fucked this up? You, Chris, because you're the one who hid a baby from her. She found out with the rest of the world. Okay? Not cool. And I know what that's like. I know what that's like, Karuchi. So I empathize with you.
Is that what happened for real?
Yeah.
Damn.
We're not going to even talk about him on Christmas saying he was going to make a run and he is on TNT caked up with Rihanna at the Staples Center downtown. And you know, y'all know that's my favorite toxic nigga. But you had this girl on Iyanla Vanzant out here crying, trying to piece together her life after you. And then once you started kind of outing her and trying to make her look bad,
The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Boyz II Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
Well, they said that they broke up in 2015. So we talking about damn near 10 years.
Yeah. Because she dated not Ted Cruz.
I was gonna say, whoa. I was gonna be like, that's gay.
Well, Victor
like,
Cruz. Victor Cruz. She dated Victor Cruz for some years.
Okay. Yep.
Sorry.
Didn't they quarantine together or something during the quarantine?
I don't know what happened. I thought they broke up, but maybe I know they broke up. I thought maybe it was like a little after that, maybe.
2021, at least it says on Wikipedia 2021.
Okay.
They broke up.
So
they were together for 4 years.
So I don't know. So we know it starts there. And then you talking about you fucked on my old bitch. That's cool. Cause I fucked on your bitch when you was with her. Whoop de whoop. And I'm like, Christopher Maurice Brown. See, this is what we be talking about when we say men be kissing and telling more than women and y'all talk more than us. Because do we need to know that? And is there any truth behind that? And then Chris, I'm coming for you today.
Uh-oh. Oh, you are? Oh, snap.
And then you gonna say, oh, we seen you hit her and we saw what happened in the elevator. Nigga, we saw what happened in the Lamborghini. We synced the pictures from TMZ of your face and Rihanna's face. And then you harassed Karuchi where she had to get a restraining order against you after y'all broke up. Officially, because y'all kept breaking up and getting back together. But you was harassing that girl. Sir, pot, kettle, black. You cannot know. But I'm not gonna lie, it was fire, and his flow was effortless. I give him an A+ for effort because baby, he floated on that beat.
Mm-hmm. He did.
And I know. Again, now I'm gonna give Chris Brown his props. So, but Chris Brown is really giving the boys a run for their money lyrically.
Oh, for sure.
And don't let him get to dancing while he banging on y'all rapping, because baby, it is going to be a time.
Let's talk about the Quavo one. Yeah, I'm like, what do you think about the Quavo one?
What do we think about it? Do we have I'm not going to use any brain cells to think about it, because I heard it and I was like, so you put the best part was Offset.
Oh man. Yeah, it is. I like that they going back and forth, and it was, and it's happening
quickly.
Yeah.
Not waiting weeks for this, for like they are out here punching, like they are raps heavy hitters. Like this is what I expected from Kendrick and Drake, and now that J. Cole is not in it, but I'm having a time. So I'm Chris Brown is trolling too, because he's like, man, the best part of the track, he said the same thing, was take off, RP to take off. And then just like, this is it, like snooze, boo, whatever, tomato.
I mean, it was a decent track though.
It was decent, but we're still talking about Chris Brown.
Yeah, I mean, the idea that this is even here at this point, It was. I mean, Chris Brown effortlessly flowed over. It's a great good diss track. I'm interested to see where it goes from here. You think they're gonna keep going?
I think they're gonna keep going, but I think it's gonna have to be an OG that's gonna step in, because I can see it getting violent.
Oh, you can see this getting violent?
Yeah.
Why?
Niggas nowadays. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, Jay Prince. Somebody gonna have to call Jay Prince to step in and fix it, because they always call Jay Prince. So call Jay Prince and get it taken care of.
Dang. I mean, I will say with the Quavo track, I like that he did address some of the stuff he was saying about, because you could tell that hurt him though. Mm-hmm. On that song about the takeoff part. I don't think that's Crunchy stuff and the Sweetie stuff, I don't think any of that stuff hurt him. It was the takeoff thing.
Yeah, it was the takeoff thing. And I mean, he said the same thing, like, you met up with a bitch that you broke up with, that broke up with you like 7 years ago, like you said 10 years ago, now they got a restraining order against you, nigga. Like, what are you talking about? And then he was like, you talking about Sweetie, but watch me turn my next bitch to a model bitch. And then Sweetie felt like that, like you jabbed at her. Now she releasing messages, and it seemed like, but I'm like, girl, the way I wouldn't even respond, I would have just posted a picture of me and my current nigga, which is YG, his colorist ass, and kept it moving. So now you said that. Now the interesting thing is that he said the thing that you tried to fight Tiana Taylor, and then Earth had to step in. So now is Tiana gonna have to enter the chat?
No, she going through a divorce right now. She ain't got time.
Okay.
She can't do that. Like she's got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
She's going through a divorce. Yeah. Jill Scott jumped in to this as well, and she discusses how let me get her exact message. Quote her directly. The sister Jill Scott, because she's do that. Here we go. She says, maybe hold on, no, that's not it. Oh, come on, y'all. So after this new song came, oh, come on now. People are mad about it. But I'm trying to get the exact tweet. Give me the. Oh, I hate y'all with this. Just give me
Wait,
the
I
tweet.
thought maybe I took a screenshot of it. Hold on. I got you.
Oh, here we go. Chris Brown is amazing. How does anybody sing like that, dance, look, act, and rap like that? Beyond gifted appears. Exceptional people have to go through exceptional fire. There's nothing to debate. So people responded, upset at her for saying, I think the woman he's abused would disagree. Jill Scott fires back. It says, I doubt it. My mother's ex-husband was a mean, violent human, and he could lay foundation better than anyone in my city. What he did with cement was awe-inspiring. We got away. He got a raise and praise for his ability. God dealt with the rest. And I think she fired off another one. I love you too. I'm not here to fight any more else's battles. Since women hear the stories, they should avoid that street. Running backwards in moving traffic makes zero sense. Therapy for every damn body. And then she says one more, and I caution those who refuse to forgive because they will undoubtedly need forgiveness at some point in their lives. We're all flawed and need help. Power to people who move past violence. The past is a terrible reminder, and the future is ours. So that's the final one.
I'll say this. If I was Shield after I said my tweet, I probably honestly wouldn't have even responded to anybody.
Yeah, I wouldn't have responded at all. Like that was
because I could see.
There's nothing you can say because he did put his hands on multiple women allegedly.
Yeah,
so.
I would have said what I said because what she didn't say didn't hurt anybody. And I think it's tough because people want to have, with the people that are not involved, want to be outraged about things. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to phrase this properly. So just like when we were on the, your podcast, the 90s podcast, talking about music or whatever, and then R. Kelly came up and we had someone in the comments saying certain things. And I share some information with you. And I feel that I can see how people that have experienced the abuse could be triggered by certain things that they see on TV. Same way goes for anybody, right? Mm-hmm. But I think people sometimes choose what they want to be mad at that day because everybody just want to be mad about something. Because what she said didn't deserve that type of response at all. But then I felt that she kind of
yada it.
Yeah, and I was like, girl,
she should just kept it.
Just kept it that. And like you saying what you said about your ex stepdaddy and you should have just, if you wanted to add to it, you just could have said, people deserve forgiveness. People deserve a chance to start over, and left it at that.
Yeah, you remember Jill speaks from her heart, and I'm not mad at her, but I know she got into some issues on Twitter, just kind of going back and forth. People when she brought up the Bill Cosby stuff, if you remember a few years back.
Yeah,
she should. I mean, I'm not saying she should have learned because she has her right to speak as as she wants to. But I'm just saying, after I sent that one tweet, I would just not even go back and forth with these folks because you ain't gonna win.
Yeah, you're not, because everybody is going to have a conversation about it now. And now what I'm not about to do is cancel Jill Scott because what y'all got is me fucked up. Okay,
yeah, but look, we ain't cancel. I'm not doing it. And that's for sure. I ain't canceling her over that.
Yeah, not over that. Not at all. Because E flat. Hello.
Yeah, come on, man. And I just learned that Crown Royal. The song Crown Royal is about a dude, knocking the crown off a dude's head, like taking him down, like she's knocking him down the sides. Actually, you know what? I got it on video. That's because I was gonna use it for 90s, but we can use it here and wrap up our Jill Scott segment.
Okay.
Told me that while you wrote Crown Royal, you were sipping Crown Royal. Like, is that no?
Honestly, at the time, I had never had Crown Royal.
That makes it even better that you did that.
It was a metaphor for a king that I had to put on ice.
Now we're getting to it. Okay. A metaphor. I'm going to think very deeply about this song now.
All right. So that's
was that the one where
it's for like 2 minutes.
Well, no. I'm trying to think of the album that was on. Was that the one with Fool's Gold?
No. It's the one. It's 2 before that one. It's on the album with that song "Whenever You're Around." That's got I believe it's George Benson on there too.
Okay.
Hold
on. Okay. I skipped ahead before. I mean, you know,
Crown Royal. That song is so hard though. It's only 2 minutes though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's on the.
I'm not surprised.
The real thing, Words and Sounds, Volume 3.
Okay.
The main single is "Hate on Me." Is the big single off of that. Yeah, it's on that album.
I'm not even surprised with Jill Scott and that at all. Like it doesn't surprise me because a lot of things that a lot of artists sing, you know, about are metaphorically.
Yeah, it's not even nothing close to. I thought it was a sex song. I thought it was a sex song. If you like when you look at the lyrics of it, I thought it was just a sexy song. I didn't even think about it like that. Hold on, let me just pull up these lyrics. I like to have the lyrics in front of me. It says, "Your hands on my hips, pull me right back to you. I catch that thrust, give it right back to you."
Nigga.
But she said I had to take down a king.
Yeah, I had to put him on ice. That's because she is stigmatized.
Oh,
nigga, she says you're a diesel engine. I'm squirting mad oil. Damn,
right, that's a sex song. Yeah. So putting him on ice. I mean, okay. Well, this is a whole other conversation I didn't even know we was gonna have. What does it mean, like on ice? So so she had to put him on ice because she's stigmatized. You're saying
she had to fall back. Yes.
Crown Royal on ice. Oh, I gotta put him on ice and chill on him because he throwing it at me.
Yes.
This all snap. This takes a whole different turn. Which makes it even doper now.
That's what she just said in that clip. Like I had to put him on ice. This sounds like I'm reading this and I'll play it in the car tonight. But I'm like, this sounds like somebody that's stigmatized.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Wrong, guys. I don't know. I just, no, that's a no for me. Y'all know that. Anyway.
All right, we got another one that we're gonna throw up. This situation is crazy with this.
In Tennessee, the state Senate there has voted to pass a bill that would allow teachers to carry guns in schools in the effort to protect students from mass shootings. Now, the bill requires teachers to go through a week-long course, be approved by county sheriff's departments, take a psychological exam, have annual training, and get principal approval. Now, some teachers say the bill puts a lot of pressure on them and believe it could make the situation, in their words, worse. Texas law does allow teachers to conceal carry guns at schools as long as they have written permission from the district. However, the law does not lay out standards for training.
All right,
How y'all asking teachers to go through psychological training and y'all don't be asking these cops?
Not even that. Why can't we just do psychological training for just getting a gun, period?
Right.
Like, period.
These y'all want to do everything but regulate guns in this country. And do y'all know how detrimental that is to a student in a classroom? because we've seen things get out of control in these classrooms recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw something the other day where I think a student smacked a teacher twice. Could you imagine if she had a gun in her purse?
Oh, I didn't think of that
One
part.
of the first thing I thought about, and I said they want teachers to carry guns. That is a dangerous situation to be in. And yes, the kid is still fucked up, and y'all gonna cry on the news and say, man was a great boy. No, the fuck he wasn't, because we saw the video. Crime might catch that little boy later, which is sad. But I think that is extremely, I mean, y'all are doing everything but doing what people are asking y'all to do. Y'all worse than motherfucking Instagram, where we just want our goddamn algorithm in order.
Instagram algorithm been off for a while, you know.
It's really frustrating because we're the only country in the world that experiences mass shootings at an alarming rate. A lot of countries have guns outlawed, and I mean, you know, and I know, like in London and stuff, they be stabbing niggas. So
yeah, they love their machetes and knives.
they love knives. But it's a problem, and y'all are doing everything but regulating what needs to be regulated. Y'all focus on the dumbest shit. Like, why are you trying to why are abortions illegal in certain places? Having an app that tracks your cycle, and let's say you don't insert the information correctly or whatever, and update it, they can send that information off, and you can possibly get in trouble because it might appear as if you might have gotten an abortion.
Oh wow. Did not know that.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing with like the data in these apps, depending on where you are. So it's really scary to be in situations like that. You know, I think it's a terrible idea, and they're gonna keep, and they're even if, let's say, a teacher does pull out a gun and they tussle or whatever, they still not gonna change their law. They're gonna say, "Oh, one bad apple doesn't spoil the bunch."
Yeah.
Y'all doing everything but paying teachers more money. Get a gun.
Now, if they start paying teachers more for having a strap, I might be a little bit more on board with this. Give them some more bread then. If you got a strap, if you get a strap, you get 5-10 grand extra a year.
Still not enough for me.
No, I'm just saying, if they're going to have to carry a gun now, pay them more.
Yeah.
Because y'all ain't paying $50,000, $60,000 more for another security guard. I mean, another security or armed security. So let's go ahead and throw that money around with the teachers in the school then.
Yeah. It's a bad.
Them. I just don't understand. I just don't know what this is gonna. I'm very interested in how this is gonna kind of play itself out, because I don't even know what it's like. It is putting a lot of pressure on teachers. You know what I mean? Like, to have to. Man. And what's so crazy is when our first shows, if you remember, when we first started our show, we talked about serial killers. Remember?
The
zodiac sign of all the serial killers.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if you remember, we said that basically mass shootings have taken over as the new serial killer.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is just okay. Let's say in theory we stop this. It'll microcosm the cells, because some people just mad crazy. We just need to figure out how to get people's mental health in check and keep these guns off the streets, to be honest with you, man, in many ways.
Yeah, I think. But if they're not going to do anything to, again, you have these requirements for a teacher, but where is it for everybody else? Because even if y'all say you had to do one
good point.
to just get a gun on a day-to-day, where we don't want to regulate, but we're going to put more mandates in to make sure, you know, these guns don't land in the hand of, you know, crazy people or whatever, blah, 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 blah. But there's always going to be something.
Now, my question is, I wonder legally, and I had to talk to my legal beagle, Brandon Williams, because he's in criminal law. Could, let's say I pass all of my regulations to be to get a gun as a teacher, and what if I go on a shooting rampage in the school, but I was already verified by the Tennessee and their laws to do it? Is Tennessee in could they sue the family, sue the state of Tennessee for allowing that teacher to have a gun and go through all this different steps, and then they shot someone on campus? If that makes sense of what I'm saying. Are they
Yeah, I can see
are they
that.
liable? Are they liable then?
Liability. Oh, for sure. You better believe.
Yeah. Because I went through you made this person go through all this testing, you certified them, all this stuff to bring a gun into the school. Or what if a student gets one of their guns?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the state of Tennessee liable then, because that gun wouldn't have been there.
Yes. Yeah.
And there's so many more questions that has to be figured out with that. And I know Texas already does it, but I don't think they're doing it. They don't have any regulations with it, and it's a little bit different. And I need to research into the Texas gun situation, and we can come back to that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna look it up. We'll talk about it on the next show.
Okay.
Megan Thee Stallion, yo. So allegedly, I'm not trying to shame this brother.
Don't laugh.
I'm trying not to laugh, but I've never heard of this happening before in this situation. So the copy goes: Megan Thee Stallion is being sued by her former cameraman who has accused her of harassment and creating a hostile work environment. As of this writing, it says that we're able to confirm if any they have not been able to confirm if any document filed in the Los Angeles County Superior Court. Plaintiff Emilio Garcia, however, shared details about the ordeal to NBC News. He has revealed that his claims are based on harassment that was so severe and pervasive. He is suing for punitive damages, attorney costs, unpaid wages, etc. The lawsuit, which was filed on Tuesday, April 23rd, alleges that he once witnessed the Houston rapper having sex with another woman in a moving car while they were traveling in Ibiza. I felt uncomfortable. I was kind of frozen, and I was shocked. It kind of just be the overall audacity to do this right beside me, he said. The photographer who worked for Meg from 2019 until 2023 also alleges that he was threatened, fat shamed, and berated by her into silence. So, what you got?
I don't got nothing. I think
I ain't never say no dude.
I
wonder if he's gay.
Uh,
I've never met one man, and I mean never, married, unmarried, whatever, attached, any straight man that would not just sit there and watch and let it go and would never talk about it ever.
Yeah, based on what I'm seeing and reading,
and maybe it repulsed him. It's like maybe if two guys, and I'm saying repulsed, and I'm not saying repulsed. Let me make the word. It just wasn't something that he was interested in.
I don't think he likely identifies as straight. That's what.
Okay.
But with that being said, I wonder what was the terms of him, because this is very well. This is possible. This could happen. We're not gonna.
Yeah, I can believe it happening. I'm just saying how.
I think I wonder if this is. If he was fired or ultimately let go, they parted ways or whatever, because you still worked with her almost another year after this happened.
In Ibiza, two girls going at it in the whip with you? Yo, that is some fly, luxurious shit. Ibiza an expensive place to go kick it at, number one. Number two girls going at it next to you in the back. That's like, if I told someone that happened, even with two random girls, nobody would believe me.
Yeah,
let alone Meg Thee Stallion. It's some other woman. I'm sure the other woman was pretty.
And they have him.
I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, though.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We say labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
Gone.
And
Peace.
he do regular day jobs. Don't forget that.
On one of the sites, Gossip in the City,
Oh,
he
you know
was caught liking tweets from Nicki Minaj back in it doesn't say when, but it's just saying that he is also like on the next song. I'll delve into all the people Desiree fired for unknown reason, other things as well. So many people were blindsided and hurt by her. Allegedly, she's willing to go broke to try to replace me. Fix it, Jesus. Hashtag Goodfoot. So he apparently liked that tweet. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but it's giving. Maybe he didn't get a final payment or whatever, and now you're I don't want to say disgruntled because that's not fair to say. But instead of just saying, "Hey, I didn't get paid,"
and I was done wrong for this.
Yeah, and then this is also something that happened to me, or that I witnessed. So, I don't know. It's I don't know, because I get it. A lot of the comments are very interesting about this as well, because Meg is also another person that people just have this campaign hate train.
I agree.
So just seeing the conversation around
click on that. I just sent you in the chat. That's supposed to be him. I don't want to put in my.
Oh no, that's him.
Oh, okay. I don't want to dox nobody that was.
I already have him pulled up. Like so, gotcha. But it's giving very similar to what's going on with Lizzo.
I'm disgruntled about our business relationship, so I'm using something else.
Yeah,
that's originally what I thought with the Little Rod situation with Diddy too, until we start getting all this other stuff, and it was like, okay, well,
right.
We may have a beef with him because of this, but all this other stuff may happen too. Both of them can be right.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I was just like, the whole scenario, I'm like, that's something I would make up for. That's something like you would think you would see in a pornographic movie, like something like that, like dudes sitting there and two girls that start going at it in a Ibiza.
Yeah.
In a car.
It feels very similar to what's happening with Lizzo. So I would love to hear kind of more information. And Meg has already come out and said it's cap, of course.
One of my questions is that, do we have to have a discussion about Meg, or maybe she has to, or whoever it is in her camp, about all the different things that's coming out about her in general, like, or people that have been around her? Like, maybe she needs to check the people that are around her in general.
I think it's definitely that.
Or maybe even herself, of like how she's even conducting herself around with other people as well. Because it's probably a mixture of both. Like,
absolutely. And she's still young enough in the game where she can kind of recover from this and move better going forward. But yeah, it's yeah,
because it's just she's got to, just maybe check a little bit, like, okay, why is all this random stuff with people that be kicking it with me happen to me? I gotta either tighten up my crew, or I gotta kind of change the way I'm moving, like as a person, and why I'm interacting with people.
Yep.
And I know how we open to everybody, man, but then we just cut people off, and then they get upset because we just like, that's it, that is,
for sure.
It's a nice ride.
Yep.
All right, last up, man. I want to talk about this Chingy Unsung. You did not see it, but it was actually pretty decent. A lot of St. Louis people were in there. Shout out to DJ Cut, ISIS was in there. The Track Boys was in there. Track Stars, not Track Boys, even though they're from St. Louis too. Track Boys are the ones that did Tipsy. For people that know Tipsy, Track Stars did all the Chingy stuff and some of the stuff for DTP and some of them on that side. All four of the dudes from St. Louis, so it even makes it more complicated for the names of the crews. But DJ Snow was in there as well. I'm trying to think some other St. Louis folks that was in there. Mousy, his sister, that started that label, Pink Monkey, that was the clothing line back in the 2000s.
I do remember that. I feel like I went to that casting call.
Yeah, you probably did, because that was when it was like cracking. Like when Pink Monkey was out, that's when Hold Me Back was out. Like Chingy was still, you know what I'm saying, making moves at that time. But the interesting part I want to talk about with you is how much the Sydney Star thing ruined his career, or do you think it did?
I don't think it did. I think by that time Chingy was quiet.
Yeah, because I was like, or was it just a nail in the coffin though? Maybe, because if you remember Twitter back then, there was this hashtag that went around called Little Howard You Weak, and it's still up. If you can look up the hashtag, it's still out there. It's just people dissing Chingy. The hashtag is hashtag Little Howard You Weak.
Is it Lil Howard?
Lil Howard, Lil Howard You Weak.
Y-O-U or letter U?
I think Y-O-U maybe. I mean, I think it's Y-O-U though. I don't think Cats was getting into non-phonetic spellings then.
Oh shoot, my homeboy.
No, you can find a lot about that. You can find. You might see me on there. I think I might have had one.
Yo, Van got one.
I told you.
My homeboy Mars, my homegirl Saucy, Corey, please.
What year is that? What year does that say on there? What, like 09?
Sean Fallion.
As I said, look, it was a big thing. That's what I was saying. That was my thing, and I was saying to you, I don't know if it was Sydney Star that did this necessarily. It may have been a nail in the coffin.
Listen, Don P said someone from NYC asked me if Chingy's still popping SC. I had to tell them about the hashtag Lil Howard You Weak. That was back in 2015. But this started back in 2010 because then girls said, I wish niggas would get off their periods and just laugh, man. You know, that Chingy shit is funny. My goodness. Hashtag Lil Howard You Weak.
Yep.
Shit.
No, it was trending on Twitter back then.
I have never heard of this hashtag until today.
It was trending on Twitter. So that, you know what? But I don't know if people see that. That's the thing. The thing with Sydney Star was 2010. Little Howard You Weak is 2010 as well.
Yeah, because somebody retweeted Dip when Dip was still on the radio saying, "Yo, got an exclusive coming up on my blog on Hot 104 STL. Chingy finally speaks on tranny rumors." Of course, inappropriate word.
No. That's it's so crazy how much we've evolved as a society. That was fine to put out there. No one really tripped on that tweet. And then
Dom retweeted herself in 2021. Never forget the hashtag Lil Howard You Weak. Mr. G. Oh my, how did I miss this? What was I doing in October? Oh, I was moving to LA around this time.
It was a big deal, man. I remember that hashtag was popping, man.
I literally in October, like late November, like late September, October, I was literally packing my shit to move across country. And somebody said in 2017, 75% of SEO blocked by Chingy because of Lil Howard You Weak. So I don't think it's that. I think what happens ultimately is,
and I mess with Chingy, man. Me and him got super cool, man. Like, that's a good dude, man. Like, if
he's very nice.
Dude, like, that was the thing that was crazy. I felt bad. I deleted my Lil Howard You Weak tweet for the record. because I got cool with him. I was like, I didn't want him to get on there and see that. Like, why would we need that? Why do we need that, man? I done got cool with this brother. I didn't know him. It was, it was those are the wild, wild west of Twitter days, y'all. You know, if you weren't on Twitter in 2010, this is like, what would you call Twitter now? Comparatively back when we was like heavy on Twitter, like now it's like a congested highway, and back then it was free flowing at 100 miles an hour. That's the best example. Twitter back then.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna have to watch this, but I'm not gonna say. I think by that time, anyway, I think, and even after that, Chingy was like saying weird stuff anyway that made us that had us just kind of questioning him as a whole. Hey, I'm not about to yuck nobody yum. Like I said, if you a freak, be a freak. I ain't got no problem with it. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean? But also like that's kind of what we started to see, because I do remember that, you know, people doing things for clout. And I'm not gonna say that's what happened here with Sydney Starr or whatever, but you kind of see things start to shift a little bit with social media, where things are no longer private, and people are looking for their come up, how long, you know, how long could they extend that 15 minutes? But I'm not gonna sit up here and act like Chingy didn't have hits.
No, he's got
Chingy got hits. Chingy has hits.
Chingy's with other people, everything. Like Chingy's probably got a good 7-8 good songs. Like for real. Like I know people may like to try to clown. Dude got 7-8 songs. Easy.
Yeah. And then the action and they have this song on that's on, you know, like they have like kind of like I don't know if it's I don't know if it's Ludacris's song, but I think they had kind of album where it was kind of like the like
compilation, the one where in the club, like where he rhyming his ass off on there, with it's like him, Titty Boy, well, 2 Chainz, Titty Boy, then and Ludacris, and it's in a club. It's about a club.
No, it's called We Got, and it's like DTP. We got them guns that go brrr, da, 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 and Chingy come in. He be like, "Stay on that set, bitch. Come put shit. It was. I mean, he had the hardest verse on that song. So Chingy has flow. I think what happened with Chingy, along with some, you know, we could probably even include Nelly, because Nelly didn't stop making music, but you know, he found his lane with his country stuff, and I love that. I think they kind of had a hard time evolving their sounds to the updated sound that was happening. It was something that kind of made them just stuck in that era, and I don't know if it was just certain producers, and then we know things happen with labels, and you know, because I know with Chingy, I think he ended up getting released from DTP. So it's kind of, sometimes it's hard to bounce back, and then you're trying to do stuff on your own. And he probably could have reached back locally a lot and done different things. But sometimes on that way up, you burn bridges, and you have to hope those bridges that you burn light the way. So I think that's what happened with Nelly. I don't know what really happened with Jaquan per se. Like he didn't have an Unsung, but he had something with
the BT,
BT.
Yeah, it was like I forgot.
He talked about some of the stuff that happened with him, especially kind of, but it was more so outside of music that kind of. But I'm hoping. And I'm gonna ask him.
So We Got, the song I'm talking about is called We Got. Is that the same one?
Yes.
Yes, that's the one. Yes. Okay, now I'm remembering.
Yes, we're talking about
he had the best verse on that song. Yes.
He had the best verse.
Dude, I'm looking at his discography, man. He's got right there, Holiday Inn, One Call Away, Baller Baby, Don't Worry with Janet Jackson. I forgot all about that joint. Dim Jeans, Pulling Me Back. Fly Like Me with A. Marie. And that's just his songs.
Yeah.
Then you got I Like That with Houston.
Yeah. And then he was on the what was he on with Young Guns? Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Chingy in the Gun.
Yeah, he was on the Can't Stop remix. Yes, I'm looking at another song that's a St. Louis hit that he was on that was dope. Dope Boy Fresh with Jenna, Jenna, and Keywan.
Yes.
Oh man, yeah. It one thing they did not talk about that they did not talk about on there. None of the stuff with Nelly and Chingy.
Oh, see, I think that was more of like a local beef thing that we knew about.
But Chingy is one of the first people that helped discover it because Ali used to manage his group.
Right.
But they don't talk about that at all.
Yeah, but I think that was just more, I don't know if that was like known more mainstream.
And you only got 40 some minutes. You got a lot of stuff you got to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it was good. It was cool to see somebody from the city getting that shine like that.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it on up, Don. Where can people hit you up at?
You can find me at St. Angeles on the Instagram, as well as my podcast, Whiskey Sour. I have an episode dropping. I had to re-edit it again. I'm still in the middle of it because it was 2.5 hours, and now I'm just cutting even more. Retrograde got me, but it's coming, and it's an amazing episode about Cowboy Carter, and we dive into a little history around Black people when it comes to creating country music, rock, and all of that stuff. So we take y'all on a journey, and it's a lot of fun. It's with my amazing friend Curtis Conrad, who actually he's an amazing singer and performs a lot around St. Louis. So yeah.
All right, y'all. We'll be back. Thank y'all for locking in. Peace.